Hey guys, today is Sunday, November the 28th of 2021, and I wanted to show you a few things I'm noticing on Cameco that should be of interest for you if you are long or if you are a contrarian trader. As you can see right here, this is Cameco, all data from 1996 to where we're at right now here. A cycle that jumps out is the 264 cycle. As you can see, it's not really perfect. It tops out here, but the price action really topped out here. Swing low, it's pretty close. Swing high, cycle high. Came in January high. It topped out really in October. You can see that sometimes it's imperfect, but in general, it tries to give you direction. Here, it looks like it got inverted. As you can see, that sometimes it's not perfect. Cycle got inverted. Here, bottomed out here, and then the bottom came out in July. This one came in February, March. Now it topped out here. Cycle has topped out in September, but we made a high in November. Take that one off. There's another one that's important. It's the 192. And mind you, this is on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart. Same thing applies. This one looks like it got a little better in regards to the cycle. More closer. Pulled back. Went up. Pulled back down. Cycle up. As you can see, it kind of just went sideways. Here's price action. Cycle low. We had that March low. And now the cycle high peaked out in September. Same thing with the other one I showed you. And it bottoms out. In regards to the psychology of the market cycle, picture this as the Cameco or the uranium sector, where this would be like the March 18, 2020 swing low. And there is hope, a recovery is possible. You know, we're grinding higher. We have a pullback. Optimism, the rally is real. We start pushing up. The belief and time to get fully invested is in. The thrill that we'll buy more on margin. Got to tell everyone to buy. And then the euphoria. I'm a genius. We're all going to be rich. I think this is where we're at right now in this wave 5. Looking at our Elliott Wave chart, you can see we have a 1, 2, 3. I think this is 3, but it's saying 3, 4, and 5. And the high of the of this candle on the November was 28.49. Possible target of wave 5 is 32. That remains to be seen. You see my targets. I have anywhere from 30.65 to 28.65, and we haven't made it there yet. So if we're going to do another leg up into December, this is where it's going to be falling in, somewhere around here. And this is where I'll probably be taking profit, somewhere around here. Now looking at the geometry of the market of Cameco, let's see where we're at. As you can see, using the Andrews pitchfork, we've had resistance here, still strong. We haven't cracked the 50%. From these swing points, so that's good. Using the Gann fan, the 1x1, which I believe that when I started applying this was wrong. I see now why it always has a tough time on the 1x1. And you can see that right here we're struggling to stay above it, and we pushed lower. This was a battle just to stay and continue, and we can't. So those are the signs that I'm noticing that possible maybe a turn could be coming. I'll keep going. These are just levels I have using the Gartley pattern for lower price targets. And the Gann swing is negative. Both Gann swings, the advanced and the regular, are negative. And you can see that this kind of played out very well. This swing point in regards to price action, kind of topping here, and it pushes lower. So we'll see. That remains to be seen. But like I said, I could probably see this another push to retest that into December and maybe go higher or maybe not. Maybe have a fail new low. But that's going to be where if we fail, that's when I'm going to notice, and I'm going to be like, all right, then this is it. This is probably where the turn is going to happen. So we got to be vigilant and see how it plays out. But for the contrarian investor, this is going to be your opportunity. If there's any signs of weakness going into December and we can't take out that November high, that would be a great opportunity for the contrarian investor. Action reactions lines, you can see that right up here, we were toppy, failed. Now we're at support. So these are going to be lines of support into the future if we can hold this one. The Gann speed, we hit our target or close, the 200%. And now it's right here, the 1/4. And the Fibonacci extensions, we cracked that line. This is more of a fractal level, just kind of, dissecting the smaller moves. And we found support at the 50%, and we're at the 61.8 retracement level right here. Using my Gann square timing, you can see that we hit a high of 2840-ish right here, which is a zero line, depending how you look at it, if it's 180 or the 0 degree. And anywhere between here and here is the 30 of the targets I've had. If we push higher, so right now, this is where we found resistance. There's Andrew pitchforks, modified. Just want to see levels there. This is from from these swing points, and you can see that now we're at the 50%. Instead of, swinging it from here, we did the first maybe impulse wave, 1, 2, 3, and this is where you're at the 50. This is from the November swing low. You can see that we're here also at the 50. You can see that this was all resistance. This was resistance, the Gann 1x1 resistance. It just shows you that there was a lot of issues trying to get above there and stay above there, which kind of all correlates. Once you start looking at this a lot, you kind of see a big picture developing. Okay, and lastly, this is the master chart. As you can see, RSI, there's a little divergence going on right here. Higher prices, lower RSI. We've got to keep an eye on. Let's look at our spectrum analyzer. You can see that the top, using this program, showing the same thing as my other programs. And in a composite of that, you can see that it topped somewhere around October. And it's fluctuating lower from here. My esoteric cycle really tops out here, and it goes sideways, or like a consolidation pattern. So let's see how that's going to play out. On the sun cycle, you can see that it tops out somewhere in January. So if this is going to be the last push up, I can see it playing out into December, into January, if these cycles play out. Let's see, turning points. You can see I had these already laid out for support resistance. These are key levels that I'm watching if we could hold or fail, especially this level right here at 22. I think that's it for that. Now let's look at some other stuff I wanted to show you. The monthly. You can see the last 2 months were very positive. And we closed somewhere around 24, 29. And we're hovering around there here. So this month, starting out looking negative. The weekly, you can see that the last 3 weeks have been very negative. You can see maybe just kind of consolidating. Below the 50, below the 20, you got the 100 and the 200 here. You see that here it acted as support. Before we get to push down there, we got to see if that's going to hold also. Now for the Gann stuff, we'll close this up a little more. I want to show you some things. Here goes Gann technique. So if we put our Gann fans, you can see that from this high that we did, we're struggling somewhere around here. We pierced above it, but now we're kind of having a tough time staying above it. This is a Gann fan from this low. You can see that we're trying to find support and hold it. There's a pitchfork here, and this is from this high to this swing low, swing high. This is the 50%. You can see that we stopped there as on a dime. It'll be interesting to see if we could close above that and stay above it for the remaining of the year. If we can't, then the bear thesis will be more confirmed. What else? Pitchfork. That's one I have here. The Gann square. This is one that's more fractal. This is just happening here. So as we make higher highs, I adjust it. Not really. This is just to see into the future. If we can't make any more highs, then I want to see how these Gann squares play out into the future. One I want to show you that's important. It's this one. I want you to understand and see it. Let's see where to go. Here we go. We're going to close this out or make it 1. I'm squaring the range from the all-time low to the all-time high. I'm using this as my Gann square for possible resistance, support, change in trend. And if we make it simple, 1/4, go into the future, we had 1, we had another one. Look where we at right now, where it just ended in time. Right there, the 6, and we made a high on the 8th. That's very important, because what that tells me is there could be a possible change in trend. There's a lot of things, again, taught us. Now I expanded it. Now I add the 1/8. You can see that now this level right here is very important. That coincides with this resistance that was right here. See how it all starts playing out. What you want to do is not just kind of depend on just the cycles. You want to apply all of Gann's theories and techniques and just kind of get what I call clusters of things all kind of confirming. Now I can see that this is a possible change in trend. That could play out. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible. You see it played out here. Right here, it just kind of sold off. Didn't pick up this low here. So just something to just kind of watch and monitor. And then I have one from here to this current low. So I'm squaring both ranges, the all-time low, all-time high, and the all-time high to this current low. Just kind of seeing what's there. And when you look in, you can see that we're having a tough time here. Kind of picture that 1 by 1 going up here, having a tough time there, the pitchforks, and then we're here now. So those are the little things you just kind of have in the back of your mind. And you only get that by seeing the charts a lot and just kind of have that image just showing. And you can just kind of see how everything is just kind of relating to each other in regards to support and resistance. Well, I just want to leave that there. Conclusion, if you are long, I recommend you start tightening stops. Just in case this is a swing high and we just start developing a correction into 2022. A lot of stuff going on with the supply and demand in regards to inventory and all that, and the energy sector and all that mess. Long term, it's going to go higher, yes, but in the short term, I think we've exhausted this move. And now the bears are going to come and have a little season to enjoy. With that being said, just be cautious. If it plays out, at least you locked in profit, got stopped out, kind of wait for that season or short it if you want to play that game too as a contrarian. And then once it's over and, the season now turns up, as Gann said, the best entry is that correction from a first impulse wave. And this is what I believe we're going to get into, wave 5. So everything is just kind of all lining up. November, December, very crucial, timing points happening right here with Cameco, and especially with the uranium sector. So I'll leave it at that. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on Cameco and the uranium sector.